to put yourself out there. I mean, what does that, like, I actually want to know, like, when y'all say that, what do you even mean? Because it's like, I mean, it's not like I'm in hiding. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tarikaremba. You know the vibes already. Welcome to another Chit Chat Get Ready with me. I haven't done one of these in a really long time because I don't know, just felt like I didn't really have much to say. I didn't know what I wanted to say. I didn't know how I wanted to say it. But today, I want to talk about things you should never say to single people, okay? Because I feel like there's a pandemic on our hands. People just be saying anything that comes to their minds, and sometimes it's really like mindless, and sometimes it's really like unkind, and there's like a whole lot of things. I feel like when it comes to like bedside manner for single people, you guys can be quite mean. So let's talk about it. Yeah. Comment down below and let me know what things you would add to the list. Let me know your experiences. And of course, this is the first time I'm talking on here in years, literally years. So yeah, it's been a while since I had to share my opinions, definitely in my head a little, but I feel like the more I do this, the better I will become at it. So bear with me, okay? Anyway, let's get into it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay guys, so let's get into it. I will list the products down below as usual, but of course I will show you what I can. So of course, as always, start by prepping the skin. You gotta moisturize and prime. But anyway, so obviously I have not done one of these talking videos in a while because for some time I felt like I don't really have like much to say on the internet, to be honest. But like, I still don't have much to say, but I do kind of miss like these chit chat get ready with me's that we'd like have. We would just talk about like stuff, whether it's like, you know, just like random stuff. So I definitely miss that, and so that is why we are here now. But anyway, let's just get straight into it, right? So the whole idea of having this conversation stems from a conversation I was having with my best friend a few months ago, actually. I've been wanting to do this for a minute, but then I just kind of sat on it because I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about this. But anyway, so a few weeks ago, months ago, we were having a conversation about just like how fed up I was of just like still being in the streets, guys. Like, it's not cute out here. It's really, yeah, it's really not cute. Things are not really looking good. And I feel like if you're in Zim, you know that like the dating scene is just like very weird at this point in time. So anyway, we were having a conversation about that, and obviously she said something that I know was coming from a good place, but for me it was like, girl, we need to like, I don't know, have a conversation about some of the things you're saying. And I know you're coming from like a good place, but then you need to realize that sometimes some of these things can actually be like a little hurtful, but also kind of mindless. But I also realized that like this is like generally the same kind of chat that people be having towards single people anyway. So let's talk about it, okay? So first of all, right, people really be out here talking about, yeah, you know, maybe you're not praying enough, or Amazon, and I hate that Christians be saying things like that. And it's always Christians that say things like that, because it's like, why would you say that? Like, you don't know anything about my life. Oh yeah, this is not happening for you because you're not praying. Because sometimes, let's be real, no amount of fasting and praying is going to change a situation if God has not said that it's time for that situation to change, okay? And I feel like, I don't know, man, there's this sort of like Christian dogma or something going around at the moment where people like to say things like that, like, yeah, no, if XYZ is happening, yeah, just pray about it. Like, just saying one prayer is just going to like automatically change your situation overnight or whatever. And it's like, again, like I said, no amount of fasting and praying is going to change your situation if God has not said that the time has come, right? And it reminds me of the situation with Sarah and Abraham. So yeah, the whole situation with Sarah and Abraham, and how like they really wanted kids and they were like old, and for a really long time things were just not working. Even though God came to them and told them, you know what, you're gonna have kids, I'm gonna make you the father of nations, chi chi chi. And obviously for Abraham it was like, bruh, at this age, I don't know how that's gonna happen, but okay. To the point where they ended up taking matters into their own hands, having a side baby who was not the promised baby. And I feel like as Christians we do that kind of thing all the time, where it's like God will like tell us something and then we like try to rush things and try to do jim sorowedu or whatever, and it's like you're just making the situation worse, babes, because now you're just adding a layer of complication that could have been avoided if you had just waited and been patient. And again, even though Abraham ended up taking matters into his own hands and having a baby on the side and all of that, like what God said was going to happen ended up happening anyway. It just didn't happen according to their timeline. And that brings me back to this whole thing of like people that be out here, Christians, that be out here like, yeah, it's because you're not praying enough. Oh, mazona, it's gonna matter. Oh, I'm botanya. Oh, I'm body, babes. There's no amount of praying and fasting that's going to change that situation today if God has not said it is time, okay? Another mindless thing that I feel like you just shouldn't say to single people is statements along the lines of, yeah, you need to focus on yourself, you need to work on yourself, blah, 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 blah. Because let's be real, if I'm single, that means every single day, the only thing I really need to focus on is me. So why would you say that? On top of saying mindless statements like that, like it's also like, I don't know, but it's when you guys say things like, yeah, you need to focus on yourself, you're making it seem as though like all we do is sit around all day and twiddle our thumbs waiting for like Mr. Right to come and find us. And it's like everything we do is just sort of centered around just like waiting around until the person sort of like shows up and like comes to rescue us or whatever. But it's like, I mean, speaking for myself and a lot of other single people I know, like we, just like you, have hopes and dreams and goals and all these things that we actively work on every single day. We have hobbies, we have skills that we are trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like we spend time with our family and our friends, and we have a very full life. So when you say things like, yeah, focus on yourself, work on yourself, blah, 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 it's like, what else do you think we spend our days doing other than focusing on ourselves? You know? And I also feel like it also kind of implies that, yeah, if you are like single, then something's wrong with you. And because something's wrong with you, like you need to work on like fixing it so that maybe someone will want you. Like it's just such a, like I said, a mindless statement to say, because I guess maybe people don't always realize how sort of hurtful the things they say is, or like what it actually sort of means or could translate to. So yeah, guys, y'all need to stop with that line of like just those statements. It's just so mindless, it's just so hurtful, and it doesn't really like make sense. So yeah, another thing that I can say I've also noticed is like people who be out here on some, yeah, there's more to life. Of course there's more to life, right? But like, yeah, people who be out here on some, yeah, there's more to life, it's not even that. Okay, wait, I need to, okay. So yeah, people will be out here on some, yeah, there's more to life, blah blah blah. Are always people in relationships, and it's like, first of all, babes, you're in a relationship, so I don't understand why you would be saying all of this to me, because clearly you don't relate to where I'm at right now, because that's like not your situation, right? But also, like, I don't like how the whole chat of, yeah, there's more to life sort of invalidates someone wanting something. Like, at the end of the day, if you want something for yourself, you want something for yourself, and that's okay, even if there are other things in life as well. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to have, I don't know, a BMW M5 whatever, latest this that, right? Obviously it's okay for you to know that, like, that's something that you want for yourself, right? And it's okay for you to tell people in your life that, wow, like, this is something that I want for myself. But then no one's gonna be out here telling you that there's more to life, because it's like, just because, yeah, you can take the bus or you can take the train or whatever, doesn't mean you can't want more for yourself. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing, where it's just like, yeah, of course there's more to life. I know that. I live my life every single day, and I have other things that I focus on and other things that I do, but then it's okay for me to also want the companionship, or to also want someone to share my life with, and all of that. So don't come and tell me that there's more to life. I know that there's more to life. I just happen to be in a season of my life where I also want that, and it's okay. Don't invalidate me. Don't make me feel I'm crazy. Don't make me feel like I'm crazy for, like, wanting what I want, or talking about what I want, or saying that I want it. So yeah, I feel like sometimes that's like another sort of thing, or like attitude that people sort of have towards people who openly speak about, like, wanting relationships and companionship and all of that. Like, they make it seem like it's a bad thing to want, but it's like, at the end of the day, like, we are human. Like, it is natural to desire something like that for yourself. Another thing is the concept of, yeah, you need to put yourself out there. I mean, what does that, like, I actually want to know, like, when y'all say that, what do you even mean? Because it's like, I mean, it's not like I'm in hiding. I live in a world with other people, and I interact with other people on a daily basis, and so it's very much like, I mean, I'm not hidden, I'm not in hiding. What exactly do you mean by put yourself out? So yeah, I'm not in hiding. I live in a world of other people who I interact with every day, or like often enough. So again, why would you say things like, yeah, put yourself out there, babes, babes, babes? Come on now. Honestly, statements like that, like I said, are just mindless at the end of the day, because what does that even mean? Oh, or another one that I love that people say, oh, you're too picky. And like, people will even start telling about how, like, yeah, no, because I know, like, you're very specific and you have certain preferences and blah blah blah. I feel like, why not be picky? First of all, like, why not? Like, why would you want someone who you love to just accept any person, like the first person to just come and say, hey, I'm into you? Like, at the end of the day, like, you still need to have, like, your standards, your preferences, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, because, like, assuming y'all end up getting married and all of that, like, this is someone that you're gonna have to deal with every day for the rest of your life, right? And if they have, like, traits and things that you hate, like, why would you want to be with that person? Like, so yeah, I feel like telling people, like, oh yeah, don't be picky, blah blah blah, it's such a toxic thing to say, because no, you need to be picky. Like, this is someone that you're spending, like, potentially spending the rest of your life with, right? This is also someone who, whenever you go, wherever you go, this person high-key, like, represents you or is like a representative of you. So if they are not really up to par according to your standards, or if they don't treat you how you want to be treated, if they don't, you know, all of those things, why would you want to be with them? Like, why you just encourage people to just be in a position where they can say they're in a relationship for the sake of saying they're in a relationship, but really and truly that's not even the kind of person they want to be with. Maybe they don't even like that person, but like because people are saying, oh, don't be picky, all men are like this or all men are like that, like that is so toxic, guys. That is so toxic. I don't condone that, and I don't think that's like a healthy way to be making dating decisions in this life. So yeah, and also I don't know, I just feel like as a person you shouldn't play about yourself. So if you wouldn't play about yourself, right, why are you encouraging other people to play about themselves? Because that's the thing, people have double standards. They'll hold you to like a higher standard or whatever than they hold themselves, or vice versa, and then make it seem like you're a bad person for like knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want, etc., etc., and then make it seem like, yeah, that's why you're still single, because unoneta, or because you're too picky. But like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like people should be picky. People should be picky. So yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like if you are someone who like maybe lucked out the first time or whatever, like maybe things have really worked out for you when it comes to relationships and that, then that is great, that is wonderful. But then I think you definitely need to be mindful of the manner in which you speak to other singles, or like people who are single in that single season of their lives, because it's not a bad thing, it's not a disease, it's not like anything is wrong with you. And so that's why you need to be mindful of the things that you say. If anything, find out from the people in your life who are single, like maybe like when they, like what kind of support they would like want from you or need from you, or like ask them, how exactly do you need me to be here for you right now? Because sometimes you just want to rant, sometimes you just want to, you know, let people know what's on your mind, but then it's not necessarily a situation where you might be like, yeah, like give me advice or whatever, because it's like, yeah, sometimes I'm just like annoyed by the situation, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be a big deal at all, and it doesn't mean that you now need to come and like talk to me like something's wrong with me either. So yeah, be mindful of the words that you say, be mindful of like your approach, your word choice and everything, and actually like stop and ask yourself, like, what does this even mean? Because like I said, when you say certain things, like what does that even mean? Like, you know, does that even make sense? Does what you're saying even make sense? Because sometimes it doesn't. And then just a word to my single girlies out there who are low-key going through it because maybe this is not where they wanted to be in life right now. I guess just a reminder that everything happens when it's supposed to. And I know that sounds so cliche, but like it's so true. Everything happens when it's supposed to, how it's supposed to. Something that I love like including in like my daily sort of like prayers is just like, what are you teaching me in this season of my life, God? Like, what do you want me to do? What is the mission for this season? And also, what do you want me to learn during this season of my life? How can I make the most of this season in my life? Things like that, because honestly, there is so much life to live. Maybe this is not where you thought you'd be like at a certain age, and that's okay. But like, since you're here now, what are we doing? How are we passing the time? Are we learning a new hobby? Are we like learning a new skill? Are we traveling? Are we going on solo dates and adventures? Are we making new friends? You know, so many things. So many things that, like I said, may not have been the plan originally, but can be part of the plan now. And yeah, just making peace with the situation as it is, because also, like, you don't know how long that single season is supposed to last. What if it's supposed to last until you're like in your 50s? Because it do be like that sometimes. You know, what if it's a lifetime thing? Because it also be like that sometimes. But it's like, if you were to die today, can you at least say that you managed to live a life that was fulfilling to you? What things did you do to contribute to making sure that you feel fulfilled in your life? But yeah, on a more serious note, or yeah, I definitely, you know, understand the frustrations that can come with being in this season of your life. Cause yeah, I high-key am the single friend in all of my friend groups, or most of them. So I do understand the frustration. Like, I know where you're at, I know how you feel. And unfortunately, yeah, sometimes our loved ones may be trying to be supportive or encouraging or whatever, but the way in which they approach it can be hurtful or mindless, or just, you know, reckless in what they're saying, which is why we're here today. But also, yeah, take heart, babes. It's gonna change when it changes. But for now, keep living your life and keep being the boss ass babe that you are. You know what I'm saying? Period. But yeah, comment down below and let me know your experiences, not just bad. I mean, some people do have, like, you know, structures and support systems in their lives where people are really mindful of what they say, maybe really supportive as well, and so they never have to deal with this. So if you have something to add to this conversation, whether you're on the side of the support system, the single, whatever, we'd love to hear your thoughts. But anyway, guys, we are done with the makeup. I need to go get the rest of my ponytail. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me share my thoughts about how I feel about people saying some things that I think can be really mindless. But yeah, it's just vibes. Not trying to attack anyone, not trying to make anyone feel some type of way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next Get Ready With Me.